Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go over my Audi S5. I had this car for almost 2 years without touching it. Yes, I bought this car and it's been sitting in my garage for the last I'll say 2 years, of course. It's had a coolant issue that I'm trying to solve right now. Hopefully the head gasket is not blown, and that's what I'm trying to figure out in this video. We're gonna be doing a compression test along with just going around the engine and see what I could find, what's going on with it, because I hadn't had time or a chance to go over the engine and see what's really going on with it. So I'm hopefully it's not the head gasket that's blown. I'm sorry as well because I've been away doing a whole bunch of different projects, and now I'm finally back in my office and I'm getting to the videos and editing the videos right now. And as this video come out, there's gonna be videos coming back to back. Hopefully I can get them out as soon as possible. And I see the comments about the TC. TC videos are getting put together as well because there's a lot more into that car than I actually think. I might end up having to replace the transmission. I'm sorry guys, but I am gonna try to find that solenoid. I cannot find that solenoid for the transmission, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get that solenoid to see if I could use the solenoid to fix the issue without replacing the transmission. And if not, then guess what? There's gonna be a transmission replacement. I'm sorry. Other than that, let's get into the video and see what we find with this S5 engine, because my pocket is about to burn. This here is a 2009 Audi S5. It's a 4.2 V8. Right off the bat, you could tell that there's coolant on top of the reservoir bottle. It's kind of like everywhere. I'm going to use some head gasket sealer, and I'm going to be doing a compression test because I'm not sure exactly what really happened to this vehicle. So I'm just going to do this test real quick. Here, I'm just going to remove the reservoir bottle, so this way I could get access to the coil packs and then remove the plugs. All you need is a pocket screwdriver, 10 socket, and a small ratchet, and you're good to go. And there is a connector underneath the bottle to disconnect. On the wire harness, there should be 2 screws that's holding down the wire harness for the coils. Just remove those and then go ahead and remove the connectors for the coils. Now it's time to remove the coils. Now I'm just going to remove the intake box and this part of the intake piping. Now I have access to the coils, so now I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the connectors and remove the coils and the plugs. I found that there was a connector that's preventing me from removing the harness, so I just had to disconnect it so this way I can remove the whole entire thing. I noticed when I removed the coils, they were like melting inside the cylinder head. Weird to see this happen. So right here you could see where it looked like it was melting. That means there was a lot of heat in the cylinder head to cause this to happen. That is not normal. So I'm gonna be doing a lot more digging. Let me know in the comments if you have seen this before. I know by seeing this for the first time, I know I have my hands full. I'm gonna be getting dirty on this one. Right here, this is a sign of water on the plug. Not sure how water gets on the plug like this, but that's how that one is. This one here, you could tell that it's a little bit, you know, it's okay, it's not too bad. And this one is okay, not too bad, but I'm noticing where the spark ignites, there is a little wetness on the tip of the spark plugs. So that is not a good sign. Wetness on the tip of the spark plugs, and it's looking like water slash coolant. That means you have a head gasket situation. It is not looking good, guys. Look like we're having a little bit of an issue here with water touching and getting to these spark plugs, so we just gotta figure out how this is happening. The crazy part of this is that this is all a learning process for me, because this is my first engine, and when I say engine, I mean first V8, which is an Audi V8. The first V8 I got is the one I'm tearing apart. So like, this is crazy because the first engine I actually built on my own was actually my 240 motor, and that's another crazy build on its own. But at the same time, like, taking on this big of a task is crazy. And you probably wonder what I'm doing right here. I'm just basically putting the dipstick down inside of it to see if there's any water buildup inside the cylinders. But yeah, it is crazy because I have never turned this engine apart before, and here it is in my garage. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest. So right here now, I'm going to go ahead and do a compression test and see what the results are on each cylinder. I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing. All here for the taking. I think I've had enough. So this is my first test run, and I have 180 psi to this cylinder back here, and that is good, but that's not the final testing. What I plan on doing is running each cylinder, or cranking each cylinder, or test it each time 3 times, and then take the average of those 3 times when I crank it over. So this is how I'm gonna keep a record or mark down each cylinder. I'm gonna mark out, put a diagram out of what each cylinder gives, and I'm gonna put the average of each cylinder, and this will give me a rough estimate of what each cylinder should give and what is it actually giving. And what is each cylinder is roughly supposed to be at is about 125 psi or above, and in this case, this is my result. You could pause the screen here or pause the video here to see. This is my result. It's pretty all over the place. Well, 2 back cylinders are 180, and then you have second row has 145, 150. At some point it was giving me 125 constantly, which is a minimum of a compression. And then the other one, this one is a 145. And I was like, okay, cool, that's not bad. But then the other two, which is this one, is 130, and that was constant. And this is where like things got a little weird. And then it's like 150 here, and I'm like, yo, this thing is like all over the place. And then, as you can see, the front ones gave me 210, 200, 190, and it was all over the place. Now, mind you, this is an Audi, and I'm going to take into account that this engine have carbon buildup inside of it, and this is why these numbers are all over the place. Not only that, I found fluid when I pull off the intake, which is what I'm going to do here, and I kind of give it away, but hey, at least you know what's going on, and let's get into this video more. What you see me doing right here is removing the lines off the high pressure fuel pumps that is bolting down to the valve cover to connect to the camshafts. And how these pumps work is that faster the camshaft spins or rotate is the higher the fuel pressure delivered to the fuel rails to deliver fuel to the injectors that goes into the cylinders. Now I'm going to go ahead and route the line that's coming from the fuel pump back to the fuel tank. And how I'm going to do this is by taking the return line and connecting them both together. So this way, just in case if the car was to start sending fuel, it will just send it right back into the fuel tank. Right here, I just removed the vent hose. Then next is the throttle body. Now here, as I'm looking to see, how to remove these hoses, I found this. And that's a hose that's not connected. And underneath there's a lot of burnt oil. So I'm not sure what's really going on there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and focus on removing the intake and see what's really going on at the back of the engine. This section of the firewall is removable, and once you remove it, it gives you a lot more access to the back of the engine. Here I'm removing all the hoses that go, and those are the two hoses that go to the heater core inside of the car to give it heat. Guys, I hope that this video helped to show you how to do a compression test on this engine. Actually, I am not a Audi technician. This is my first time actually going this deep into an Audi by myself. And if you have any tips or any tricks of actually going ahead and diagnose this engine, please let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna actually be doing this video in series because it's a long process. Not only that, is because I don't have enough time during the day to actually go ahead and actually work on the car continuously, and I only strap for time. So basically I'm just making the videos as quick as possible, diagnosing as much as I can in the short window that I have, so this way I could put the videos together and step by step. So stay tuned for each step. So now I just did the compression test, working on the working on basically seeing what I need to do to get the intake off. The next video is actually me removing the intake and getting more deep. Mind you, this car has been sitting for over 2 years. So I'm just gonna do the best I can and figure out what's wrong with this engine. So stay tuned. I hope you like this video. Not only that, after I removed the intake, I found coolant in the intake. So yes, you have to stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.